Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am with you until, I don't know, probably till 5 o'clock. Probably till 5. I know that's going to be short, but, I mean, it is what it is. If it's raining, I might stay a little later. The little baby, I already told her we could go to Kings Island today. I'm not going if it's raining. And I know it's supposed to be raining a little off and on. And tomorrow it's supposed to be raining a little off and on. So we're supposed to be going to Kings Island today and maybe tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But welcome, everyone. Welcome. Y'all know how I do. I go in and I say hello to everybody. I'm not going to be challenging nobody to a fight. Nobody to a fight. You can agree with me. You can disagree with me. You can, y'all know I got the haters on here. They can be haters. I'm not challenging them. Unless, this is the only way that I would challenge you to a fight. If the rules are simple. If I win for the rest of your life, you have to agree with everything that I say. Think, feel, and believe. And not just agree with it like outwardly, like inside, you have to find a way to convince yourself that you believe everything that I believe, and you have to feel it. Otherwise, what's the purpose in fighting? Oh, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. Well, let's fight. Okay, somebody beat somebody up, or it's a tie. Let's say it's a tie. Everybody still feel the same. The only difference is I got some lumps, you got some lumps. What did we accomplish? If we're not going to accomplish nothing, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So if we can find a way to make it to where your entire mindset switches to my mindset forever. If we can't find that, then what's the point of fighting? What's the point in it? I'm not fighting nobody for nothing. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Robert Willis in the house. Good afternoon, Robert Willis. We got Erica Hummins. Erica Hummins representing Reading. Good afternoon, Erica. Lewis in the house representing Sharonville. Lewis representing Sharonville. Good afternoon. Lamont representing Westwood. Good afternoon, Lamont. Thank y'all for checking out the show. I appreciate y'all. Maria. Oh no. Beat somebody up. Stop talking about Nate too soon. I don't even know what that means. Maria representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. Nick Brown. Good afternoon. Representing beautiful Blue Ash. Good afternoon. Regina Griffin, Madisonville, good afternoon. We got Lamont Jones in the house. Lamont Jones says, OG twin, what it do? All right. Dwayne Larkin, good afternoon. He's representing Mount Airy. Crystal Hoskins, representing the Christ Hospital. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Steban, representing Westwood. Good afternoon. We got Tanika in the house, representing Orlando, Florida. Good afternoon, Tanika. Sea Breeze. Good afternoon. Sea Breeze, by the way, is representing Boston. Y'all all know that. LaDonna. Did I already say LaDonna? No, LaDonna in the house. Good afternoon. LaDonna, how you come in talking to other people before you even say hi? With that little baby over there, she get in trouble for that. She come in and don't say hi to people. We trying to teach her when you come in, you supposed to speak. You don't just come in and start talking to me. What? You don't see Mommy D over there? You don't come in and just start talking to Mommy D. What, you don't see me? Come on, LaDonna. Don't make me take off this belt. Don't make me take off this belt. Good afternoon, LaDonna. We got Scott in the house representing West Walnut Hills. Good afternoon, Scott. T. Mikey G in the house representing North Avondale. Good afternoon. Terry Coleman representing, I'm going to guess that's Evanston. Good afternoon. Andrea Bussell representing Gulf Manor. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Seabreeze says the 2024 podcast live stream beefs are out of control. They are out of control. Can't we all just have fun and pick with each other? Can't we all just pick with each other? I put up on my page, this I feel like about 2 weeks ago. It might not have been that long ago. I like it when people can hate on me and then I can hate on them back. We can laugh about it and then do it all over again tomorrow. Because everything ain't that daggone serious. Even the serious stuff don't have to be that serious. Don't let it ruin your day, your week, your whatever. Don't let it. Just don't. Mike in the house representing Woodlawn. Y'all know Lincoln beefing with me. I don't like to mention his name. But Lincoln beefing with me. And somebody came in here a few days ago and said something about Lincoln. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something negative about the Lincoln Ware show. And even though he beefing with me, and I'm kind of starting to beef back, because you can't just keep this one-sided beef. If you want to beef, I'll beef with you. And then eventually you won't like it, and so you'll stop. More than likely. That's the way some... Oh, I think I broke it finally. But I don't let people just come in here and hate on Lincoln. I don't listen now, but I think the dude does a good show. I give credit where credit is due. As much as I believe the Nathan Ivey guy is a sorry excuse for a man, I still give him credit in terms of being a good talk show host. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Come on. We ain't gotta beef that hard. The last thing I want is for somebody to get hurt or killed out here because somebody said something on a live stream. Somebody sent in a message on a live stream. And you got to be in court. Think of how foolish you look in jail, in prison. What you in for? Some dude said some stuff I didn't like on a live stream, and so I killed him. What? Did he threaten you? No, but he did not agree with what I was saying. What? No, that won't be me. That won't be me. At least I hope that's not me. Let's see. TYG, everybody talk about fighting. I'm not fighting nobody. Again, unless we got that one caveat. And if we can figure out a way to work that out, you have to, for the rest of your life, agree with everything I agree with. Feel how I feel about stuff. If we can work that out, some way for me to verify, you ain't just acting like you agree with me. You actually agree with me. I'll do it. I'll do it. Twin in the house. Good afternoon, Twin. Shahara says, good afternoon. Afternoon experiment, Facebook Live family. She's very specific. She said, F y'all if y'all on YouTube. The Twitch person, Shahara don't like you. She said, F you. She's talking to the Facebook Live family. She says, happy Friday and holiday weekend. And she's representing Bond Hill. Shahara says it just started pouring down over here. Yeah, as I was pulling into the driveway. It's like the skies opened up and it just started raining like crazy. I had to tell the little baby, hurry, run. You're not running. She don't listen to me all the time. You like getting wet. What is wrong with you? You don't know? Okay. Twin says he's repping Kroger's. Challenge both of you Livingston bros. What are you challenging me to? And what's at stake in the challenge? I might accept. Let me hear the challenge. Vincent said, what's good? He's representing Blue Ash. Good afternoon. Preston in the house representing the barbershop. We got Brittany in the house representing Fairfield. How she goes, how? I don't know what that means, twin. I don't know what that means. LaDonna says she did say hello. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I put my belt back on. Seabree said everybody ain't for play. Well, but look, I'm telling you, I've been doing this kind of talk thing for a few decades and then some. And here's what I'm telling you. When you are giving your opinion on a thing, whatever that thing is, you could be saying, I like rain. Or, have some sort of a mental order like Lil Baby talking about, I like getting wet. Somebody don't like getting wet. And they gonna say the opposite of what you say. Because it's how they feel. And you can't be mad at people because they don't agree with you. And especially if you put yourself out here on one of these platforms, it's somebody somewhere. Y'all know over here, what's his name? Axe Black. He don't really text in no more. The Ben guy. Ross Freeman or Realman. You got Blade. There's somebody else. The dude, I think that might be the Axe Black. And that's the one that apparently I didn't speak to. He went and created a whole profile page and named it Emanuel. Put my picture up there and everything. I could get it taken down. But why? I don't care. You gotta understand when you do this, people are gonna push back. Some of it is gonna be lighthearted. Some of it is gonna be fun. Some people gonna go over the line. All of that kind of stuff. You can't let that stuff get to you. You just can't. It's a little bit what you signed up for when you said, I'm gonna do a show. Talking and sharing my opinions with people. It's a little bit of what you signed up for. It's not fun. It's the not fun part of it. But you know it's gonna happen. Tanika says, y'all couldn't be in my family because all we do is cap. That's all we did growing up. That's all we did. And, luckily I married into a family and they do the same thing. I remember first time I went over Mrs. Livingston's, before she was Mrs. Livingston, Mrs. Livingston's family. And she ain't have my back at all. And they was coming for me. They wasn't coming like super hard, but you know what I'm saying? They was coming for me. And at first I was just trying to be nice, because you know what I'm saying? I'm a guest. These is your people. I don't want to say, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know what people's buttons are and all of that kind of stuff. You never know. But after a while, you know what I'm saying? Y'all coming for me, I got to come back for you. And if I would have, you know what I'm saying? If I could have been up in there mad as hell. No, them niggas talked about my... No. Well, he's, come back. And now, as a whole he do, there we go over there. Somebody got something to say. They talked about my daddy. You know what I'm saying? My daddy dead. They talked about my daddy. Oh, I'm laughing because it was funny. I really kind of provoked it because there was this guy named Nate. My daddy's name is Nathaniel, Nate. So there's a guy named Nate, and I can't really get into it. Number one, it wouldn't make any sense to y'all, and it wouldn't translate. But then eventually, every time we talked about Nate, we were talking about my daddy. I was just thinking about it. I know it's not funny to y'all. You had to be there. You can't, be super thin-skinned. You just can't. You can't do it. You can't. Uh, Shahar says, oh, she's talking to somebody else. Brent in the house representing Dallas, Texas. Let me see. Twin says it would be a good reason, especially Hulk Hogan. Y'all live and say, no. I'm saying you want a challenge. I think I'm down with the challenge, but what's at stake? What's at stake? Like, you know what I'm saying? Two people get in the boxing ring. One got the title. The other dude wants the title. Whoever wins, they get the title. So you want to challenge me. Okay, what's at stake? I ain't just out there accepting challenges for fun. You know what I'm saying? I got to get something out the deal. What do I get out the deal? Daryl in the house. Daryl said, what up? He's representing Forest Park with his po ass. Terry in the house representing downtown. Good afternoon, Terry. Good afternoon. David in the house says, good afternoon, little baby. Emanuel and the Afternoon Experiment family. He's representing Mason. Good afternoon. Jeannie in the house. Good afternoon. Jeannie says she's here for about the next 30, 40 minutes. All right. Twin say, you know what it means, reason for going to jail? Twin, I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. None. Pat in the house. Good afternoon, Pat. Good afternoon. That's Pat Rogers, by the way. Pamela Kinney, representing North Avondale. Good afternoon, Pamela Kinney. Thank you for checking out the show. We got Reese Mooney in the house. Reese say peace and love to all today, and a happy Friday. All right. DeWanda Wise Hunter. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Nat Turner, representing Madville. Good afternoon. Daryl laughing at She-Manuel. I don't know if he had Livingston up there. It was just She-Manuel. Like, it's a like Madonna or Prince. Usher, you know what I'm saying? It was just She-Manuel with my picture on it. I was like, man, people go way overboard in an attempt to irritate / annoy you. You just gotta roll with it. It ain't that big of a deal. At least to me. At least to me. You're not hurting me. You're not hurting me. Long as they don't talk about little baby, then we all jumping in. Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. Look, don't believe people when they tell you they got your back on stuff like that. Don't believe it. Somebody be on here talking about, you know how many times people, you and your whole family, ain't nobody ever jumped in like, no, don't be talking about his whole family because that includes little baby. So you wrong if you didn't. Ain't nobody ever said that. But people have said on this chat, his family this and his family that. His whole family is bitches and his whole family is this. And ain't none of y'all said, hold on, that includes little baby. You talking about little baby. Now you got a problem with me, nigga. Ain't nobody ever said that. Don't believe it when people tell you, I got your back, I got your back. Now, people want to see the drama. Don't believe it. Daryl say, I grew up with a big brother who would make you cry when you got into a cap session with him. Blade on here. Blade say, what's up, hater? Blade, you the hater. You the hater. On my way into work, I heard you, you know, sucking all on Lincoln's Johnson. I heard you do it. I thought bats drank blood. Apparently, you drink that white stuff that come out too. So if you want to talk about who a hater, Blade. Let's see. Oh, man, my family cussed me up, embarrassed the S out of me, made me go to the basement with the kids. Kimberly, representing Bond Hill, good afternoon. Good afternoon. David says, whoever loses should be banned for a week from calling in. That ain't good enough. That ain't good enough. Twin, I accept your challenge. Well, you're not a man of your word. Because I was about to give you a good thing and accept your challenge. I was about to give you but you're not a man of your word. 1 minute you say you're not voting, next minute you say you are voting. Next minute you say you're not voting. You gave me your word that you were not going to vote. And well, I can change my mind. That's not a man of your word. But for me, it's got to be something significant. Something significant. So yeah, no. I had one for you, but you're not a man of your word. So I thought about it. I can't accept your challenge. I can't. Twin looking to be the new KOT. I can't accept his challenge. He is not a man of his word. Blade says, you are Lincoln Ware. Whatever. That's why you want to... stop it. Little baby over there. And I can't talk about stuff that you want to do to grown men. That's inappropriate. Dina Johnson says, good afternoon, E-Man and friends. David says, credibility is concerning. Yeah. Nat says, I heard a dead body earlier today. KK Craig got whipped. Oh, okay. Now Twin says, I gotta vote. I have a bet with Raven. But you gave me your word. You gave me your word. See what I'm saying? You can't give somebody your word and then give somebody else your word that's the opposite. That's not a man of his word. You gotta be honorable, man. You gotta be honorable. That's not honorable. So yeah, I can't accept your challenge because you've shown yourself to not be honorable in that way. Are you saying Blade likes cum see lotion? Yes, and he don't rub it on. He don't rub it on. He drink it. Swallow it. All right, that's it. That's all of the hellos. That's all of the hellos. Hello to everyone. If you didn't say hello to me, then no, I'm just playing. Then that's cool. Hello to you anyway. I appreciate you. All right, let's talk about this interview that happened yesterday and aired last night. Let's talk about this interview. Kamala Harris interviewed with Dana Bash. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce her name. Well, on CNN, they did. Hold on. David says the loser should carry a sign in front of Radio 1 saying I lost a bet and I love lathering cum see lotion all over. I don't trust that he would hold up his end of the deal. He's not a man of his word. You gotta believe that the other party will hold up their... It's like Trump. You lost the election. I didn't lose. I should still be the president. Go take over the country so I can still be president. No, if you lose, you lose. You leave. Go. Don't complain. Say, I wish you the best. And hold up your end of the deal. The boxer get knocked out and then won't get a title over it. No, it's my title, and go running off with it. If you know somebody and that's the way that they, you find out that they are not a man of their word, they do not do what they say they gonna do, then you don't trust them. So you don't enter into agreements with people who won't honor their word. Come on, that's just reason. That's logic and reason. Let's see, but back to the interview. The interview, I heard some people giving her an A+. I heard, of course, the other side, people giving her, I didn't actually hear anybody give her a grade, but basically the interview was the worst thing ever. You can find people all over the place. I thought it was okay. I was disappointed with Kamala Harris, some of her answers and some of her non-answers. And I was disappointed with Dana Bash because she let her off the hook so many times. And I don't understand these people. Like, you've been a journalist for 50 years. You've been interviewing, you the head CNN political person. And you letting people off the hook? Like, there were a few questions she legit just didn't answer. She just didn't answer. Now, look, some of the questions, why I asked the question. Dana asked a few questions more than once that I thought were addressed adequately. But then she would ask it again, you know, pressing. So she's trying to seem like I'm really pressing her. But then there was a few questions, and I know what the interview was online and everything. But there were a few questions that she asked that Kamala just didn't answer. I'm not talking about the whole thing about Trump. I think the way she handled that was perfect. The way she handled the Trump question was perfect. He says, you know, you're not black or whatever. Well, you know, she actually never really asked a question. Just, you know, Donald Trump said this and da. And Kamala's looking at her like, do you have anything to say to that? And she like, what, same old playbook. Next question. That's the way you handle that. You don't give him the attention that he wants. You don't have to fight back. You don't have to fight. There's time, you know what I'm saying? That's one of those things that you kind of got to get a feel for. When do I fight back and when do I just let it go? When do I let him sit there and look like a fool? And when do I go blow for blow? That was the perfect time to just let it sit there. It's the same stuff. What's the next question? You know, I really liked that as an answer. Because who needs to get up and defend that they're black? If you know you black, who needs to defend that? Like, you know how many times I've been accused of being gay in this chat here? I don't have to defend that. I know me. I know who I am. I know I'm not gay. So when the people, sometimes when you get people real good, that's they only comeback. Oh, you gay. And you like, yeah, okay. That's all you got. You know, okay, cool. You don't have to defend, you know. It would be like somebody said, well, you're white. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm white. Whatever. Let it go, you know. So, yeah. You just let it go. You just let it go. God say, is that why that guy approached you? What guy approached me? Who approached me? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Y'all be saying crazy stuff. Let's fight. Let's fight. Oh. But no, I thought she did a decent job in the interview. I thought she seemed strong. The gay guy you gave your number to, I don't know what you're talking about. But I thought she seemed strong. Like, she wasn't, like, struggling to come up with answers, which is what drives me crazy, because people be like, you know, oh, how's she gonna answer this? How's she gonna answer that? And I'm thinking, like, look, if you ask me, Emanuel, what do you think about this? I don't really have to do no whole lot of prep to know what I think. Now, I do it from time to time here. I might have to pause to make sure that I express myself in a way, the best way that I know how, so that my words can't be misconstrued. I might do that. But I don't have to prep if you're asking me what I think about something. I don't have to do no lot of prep. So I like that she didn't seem like overly rehearsed or anything like that. She just kind of seemed to, you know, be a little off the cuff. And there were a few times, of course, she paused. I think she looked to her left, her right. I'm trying to think which way was she sitting, but she was looking to her right. That's my left. And I'm on camera this way. She would look to her right a little bit. Well, Dana, blah, blah, blah. And answer the question. Everybody, why she had to have the vice presidential candidate with her? Give him some exposure. Didn't nobody say that when John McCain did his interview with Sarah Palin? Didn't nobody say that when Barack Obama did his interview with Joe Biden? Didn't nobody say that when Joe Biden did his interview with Kamala Harris? I haven't seen it. I don't know if they've done it yet. But ain't nobody gonna say that when Donald Trump do his interview with J.D. Vance. Oh, she weak when she do it, and he... Some of that, I believe, is sexism. Some of the stuff that Kamala Harris is dealing with, the criticisms that she's getting, some of it is sexism. Not all of it, because look, everybody got a right to disagree. You disagree with Kamala Harris. You disagree with her on this, or you disagree with her on that. You don't think that it's a good idea to do this or to do that. So you disagree with her on policy. You think that's a bad policy for America. Those are perfectly legitimate critiques. Perfectly legitimate. I have no problem with any of that. Janice says, unless there's some intricate factual details to relay. Yeah, and I mean, you kind of have to know going in. But we knew this was just a sit down with Dana Bash from CNN for, what was it, about 30 minutes maybe? You know that there is not going to be, at least you believe, she's not going to be asking those super serious, detailed questions about, the economy and getting super granular. Because it wasn't necessarily an interview about the economy. It wasn't necessarily an interview about immigration. It was, just a general interview. So, yeah. You don't need no whole lot of prep for that. You don't need no whole lot of prep for that. And you just talk to people. Look, I'm going to be honest. I think that's what people like about Donald Trump. Some people. I think that's what some people like about Donald Trump. Donald Trump he just say what he say. He be wrong sometimes. Sometimes he be right. Sometimes I've agreed with a few things that I've heard him say. Can't think of anything at the moment. But I've agreed with a few things that I've heard him say. But people like that he just say it. I think and this is my opinion, I think Donald Trump may have possibly. Well, no, I'm going to take it back even before I say it. Donald Trump could have ushered in the era of the plain talking politician. The plain talking politician. He went way overboard with it. He plain talking and lying and, just being ridiculous and all that kind of stuff. But he could have ushered in the era of the plain talking politician, because that's what I believe people liked about him. You ask Donald Trump, are you rich? Then, yeah, I'm rich. Yeah. Basically, and what you want me to do with Mitt Romney and try to play down the fact that I got a lot of money? And Mitt Romney trying to act like, what I'm saying, he go to the grocery store every day and he's worried about the extra 20 cents on a loaf of bread. Donald Trump like, I ain't doing all of that. I'm rich, yeah. And I think that's what people gravitated towards. Like, yeah. I use all them tax breaks. I sure do. Because that's what we rich people, we do that. And that's what politicians let us do. And if they don't want us to do that, then they need to change the rules so that we can't do that. And in essence, what he's saying is, if you was rich, you would be doing the same damn thing. So don't judge me for using the rules as they are. Now, of course, we find out him and his company, well, a lot of us knew, him and his company ain't necessarily following the rules about anything. But people like the idea of a politician saying, yeah, and yeah, I like women. Okay, and people like that. So he could have ushered in the era of the plain talking politician, but he took it too far. But I'm going to say that's a little bit of what Kamala is trying to do. Maybe not to that extent. But that's because she understands. I believe. She understands that I can't do what Trump can do. I can't get away with the stuff that Trump gets away with. And look, for those of y'all who don't believe racism exists and people don't make differences based on a person's race and all that kind of stuff, maybe this part of the conversation ain't for you. But she can't get away with the stuff that Donald Trump can get away with, and she knows it. She knows it. She can't talk about, once I was in a locker room with a whole lot of men and they was naked and I grabbed one of them by the penis. She could never get away with something like that. Some of it is a gender thing, a sexism thing, double standards and all of that kind of stuff. Some of it is a race thing. Some of it is a race. The race exists. And as a black woman, she can't say some of the stuff that I'm sure, get away with some of the stuff that even a Barack Obama could get away with. At one point in the interview, I thought this would be a good moment for her to cry. When they were asking her about Joe Biden, I thought if she was a man, this would be a good moment for her to let a tear come down. It would be powerful. You're talking about the love and admiration and respect that you have for Joe Biden and how he set aside his political ambitions for the good of the country and gave you a call. And like, well, what were you? Did he automatically endorse you? Did you ask for the endorsement? You're like, in that moment, I wasn't thinking about me. I was thinking about Joe Biden. And if that had been a man, that would have been a good time to kind of well up a little bit. And it would have been like, oh, wow, the respect that he has for Joe Biden. And, oh, my God, people would have looked at that like, just a show of honest emotion and respect for it. But if she did it, it'd have been a moment of weakness. And y'all know I'm outlined. John Boehner. I saw John Boehner cry more than I saw anybody cry that I can think of ever in the history of politics. And nobody looked at John Boehner like, your bitch ass crying for it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody did it. But if Kamala had done that, that would have been the thing. She's crying. She's crying. She can't handle being the president because she's crying. I've seen Joe Biden cry. Just like Barack Obama could never have been photographed as president eating no chicken or no watermelon. At least I didn't see none of them pictures of Barack Obama eating no chicken or no watermelon. And it was some chicken and or some watermelon somewhere around Barack Obama in 8 years. No pictures of Barack Obama eating chicken or watermelon. And I just got a feeling that Barack Obama loves chicken and watermelon. But You the first black president, bro. You can't be him there eating chicken. It's just certain stuff that you can't do. And with Kamala, she can't be crying. She can't cry. She can't really even look like she gonna cry. Y'all remember Trayvon Martin? And they asked Barack Obama about Trayvon Martin. And Barack Obama didn't want to be like, that racist ass George Zimmerman, they need to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't do that. And he had that look on his face, and he looked for a minute like he was going to cry. And all he could muster was, if I had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin. Something like that he said. Of course, I'm sure that's not exactly 100% verbatim what he said, but something along those lines. Kamala Harris won't have the privilege of that moment where it looks like she's about to cry. Because if she does, she's weak. She's a woman. They're different standards. Different standards. But there was a moment in there where I thought that if she was a man, that'd have been a perfect place for her to, tear up a little bit. Maybe even let one fall. Look, y'all, I still think this race is going to be super close. I think it's going to be super close. And I have to admit, I am a little worried about black men. I am a little worried about black men. And I wonder what makes look, let me say this. I want to be clear. Everybody who's black, in particular black men, who supports Trump, you're not no sellout. Some people just believe what they believe. You know what I'm saying? I'm a conservative. Y'all know I don't believe in abortion. I believe in the traditional family. I believe men should be responsible, stand up and be strong and be the heads of your family. I believe the government should, for the most part, stay out of our business. I like the idea of small government. There's a lot of things that I'm very conservative on. And if you're conservative and your views, for whatever reason, line up with Donald Trump on the issues that matter, okay? So let's say, for whatever reason, you can overlook that, he has apparently a habit of sexually assaulting people. You go, for whatever reason, you can overlook that, all right? It don't necessarily make you a sellout that you agree and you want to vote for this guy. It doesn't. But some of the reasons that these people are talking about that they're going to vote for this guy, a lot of the stuff that they're saying is just factually untrue. It's misinformation. Like, I'm going to vote for you based on silly and ridiculous misinformation. Or I'm going to vote for you based on conspiracy theories that are demonstrably false. Those are the people I'm worried about. Those are the black men in particular that I'm concerned about. You on the dark web, talking about where we go one, we go all. Like, what is wrong with you? I think, was it Brent or Daryl? Somebody posted a story, I think in the Friends of the Buzz page. Was that dude that was doing the dancing dude who's now suing some Republican organization for calling him a slave? How you the yesa bossa dude mad because somebody called you a slave? Mad because the people that you rolling with, who people been telling you how racist they are, and then they show you how racist they are, and now you mad because they showed you what everybody already told you and what you should have known. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up. Daryl says, I didn't post it, but I seen the article that you're talking about. I'm not sure who posted it, but hold on, let me see if I can pull it up on my page. Go here, scroll down, because I'm certain that it was in this group. No. Yeah. Oh no, let me pull up the story. I had to pull it up in this browser. Y'all forgive me, I had to do all of this stuff. Because it's only me. If I had multiple people, then I would have had them doing it. And I would be talking about it. And y'all know I can't talk and type at the same time. So, copy. Oh, stop. I'm over here. Okay. Go there. Paste. Okay. Then make it kind of full screen. I don't know why it's not full screen. Hold on. Oh, that's why. All right. Make you a little smaller. Y'all, sorry about this. Technology, man. I gotta deal with technology. I keep telling y'all, anybody who want to come over here and volunteer, yes, volunteer to be my tech person, you can. I'll take it. All right. Go here, scroll here. All right. And all right, sorry about that. Diehard Trumper in Florida says he was discriminated against by a right-wing political advocacy group, claiming he was called a slave during his 12 days with the organization before it fired him for complaining. Carl Baxter. And I was asking, is that the guy that was doing all of the dancing? I'm going to see if I can find that clip. I think that was him. He's a black, he's suing Americans for Prosperity, a nonprofit grassroots conservative operation established by Charles and David Koch. You know, they're anti-Trump. I'm not going to read the whole story. But the bottom line is, he said he was out there. They agreed to pay him $20 an hour for the door knocking duties, plus unspecified mileage reimbursement. He started on June 14, 2023, and his job performance, according to the suit, was exemplary. However, he became disenchanted early in the plaintiff's tenure, AFP's deputy director of grassroots met the plaintiff at the Oasis restaurant in downtown Fort Myers and offered him $500 in bribe money to provide dirt on Cape Coral council member Patty Cummings. He declined. Their goal was to stop Donald J. Trump from winning the Republican nomination in 2024. He said they were not giving him all the credit for all the hours he worked, all the doors that he knocked on. So 12 days into the job, the suit says he raised concerns on a phone call with his supervisor, Director Roxanne Buckets. Is that Buckets or Buckles? I can't really see. It's small over here, y'all. Buckles, who was white, according to Baxter's lawsuit, then proceeded to call him a slave and demanded that he confirm that he is a slave. That is not funny. Stated as follows: I know you're doing the work, and I can see the doors that you are hitting on my iPad on my side. At least you were working as a slave, but at least you are getting paid. Many slaves today do get paid. Many used to never get paid. Are you a slave? Baxter says he was highly offended and demanded to speak with Miss Buckles' immediate supervisor. Buckles arranged a conference call with her boss, who's white, shocked, according to the suit, to discuss the concerns. A few minutes later, the supervisor called back, the lawsuit says, and terminated the plaintiff without notice and effective immediately. I don't know. To me, it's one of those things. Where, you know what I'm saying? You jump in a pit of snakes and then get mad because one of the snakes bit you. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Did you hold on. I mean, are there really people out here who genuinely believe that racism is a thing of the past? Like, who really buy into that, what's his name, Tim Scott mentality? Like, we're not trying to change our minds. Our minds have been changed. We're living the dream. Are there really? Because I really don't believe even Tim Scott believes that. He might, but I don't believe that. When I hear black people saying stuff like that, I always think, what's in the game for them? What's in the game for them? Because they talking that stuff, but they can't believe that. They can't. They just can't believe that. Now, I see what's in it for Tim Scott. He's made a nice living off of it. He's made a nice living. Is this the same dude that was... Is that him? Hold on. Let's see if I can find that. I gotta see if I can find that. I just have to look at it and see if that's him. Because if you're running around, you know, I kind of... I don't believe that it's okay to treat people bad. I really don't. I don't believe it. But I do understand that sometimes people put themselves in a position and things turn out bad. Hold on, I'm looking for the dancing dude. I'm not gonna look too much longer. Scrolling. Brent, you need to control this daggone Friends of the Buzz site, man. There's too much stuff on here. You can't put everything on here. Because then when somebody like me is looking for something, this happens. Come on, man. Clean this up. Okay, I don't see it. I don't see it. But I think that's that same dude. See, Bree say, don't hate on our group page. Maybe if I just black MAGA dude dancing. That ain't him. Oh, well, I don't see it. Janice says, some actually believe because they've risen to a certain station in life, there is no racism. See, I so find it hard to believe that they believe that. Here's what I think. I think they achieve a certain level. And then they try to convince themselves that because they've overcome it. One, it's easy for everybody to overcome it. So everybody can do what they did. And because it's so easily, or it seems so easily to be overcomable to them, that's nowhere near as bad as people say. And maybe nobody ever, called them a slave or anything like that to their face. I don't know. Maybe they do actually believe it. I don't understand how you could actually believe that, though. But I hear enough people say it. That it's possible. Remember Lil Wayne, dumbass, said that racism don't exist on that sports show with Skip and Shannon when they had them together. No, I don't remember him saying that. And hold on, Shahara did send like a really long message. Shahara says she always wanted me to read her books. I remember that. Barack did look like he was about to cry. Anything with the kids always got him emotional. Remember when he was pissed when he couldn't that bill to pass for the kids in Sandy Hook? He was fighting hard for that. Then when he approached the parents, he looked like he was about to cry. So, I don't know. Things are very interesting. But all of this out of the Kamala Harris interview, I thought she did okay. I would have liked to see her pressed a little more on some of the answers. I don't know what they are doing in journalism schools nowadays. I never went to journalism school. I'm not a journalist. But I know when people don't answer my questions. I know when I ask a question and people dance around the question and pretend like they're answering it. And I know you can't make people answer your question, but you can say to them, you didn't actually answer my question. I see, what's his name? Chuck Todd do it. My man that used to do Meet the Press. A lot of times he was really good at doing it. I can't think of his name. He died. Tim Russert. Why saying he died jogged my memory. Tim Russert was really good at doing it. He would ask the question, do you plan on running? Well, Tim, tomorrow's another day. And, when I think about what's happening tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. And Tim would say, okay, But do you plan on running? My family, and, we go through a lot, and so and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And he would always ask it 3 times. Okay, but you didn't actually answer my question. Do you plan on running? And then if they kind of, did the same thing, okay, you're not going to answer the question, let's move on. Basically letting them know you didn't BS me. You didn't answer my question. I know you didn't answer my question. I gave you many opportunities to answer my question. So if people want an answer to that question, they know you're not going to answer it. But it's not my fault. You send a whole lot of messages when you ask people the question, even though you know they don't want to answer the question. I've always been, I'm sorry, I had to bring up Lincoln Ware again. I've always been a proponent of ask the question. Ask the question. And Lincoln and me used to kind of get into it because he would say, and I understood it, but it just frustrated me. He's not going to answer that question. It's a waste of time to answer that question. But you ask the question anyway. You never know when you're going to catch somebody off guard, number one. And maybe they came in thinking I'm not going to answer the question, but they're just at a point in the conversation where if you ask it, bam, surprise, they'll answer it. You never know. But number 2, man, you get them on the record. You get them, even if you just get them on the record refusing to answer the question. Put people on the record. And he said, well, what's the point in that? What's the point in put people on the record, as you say? And I'll be like, because then when you find out that they were lying, you can always come back and say, here's what you said last time you was on the show. What changed? Were you lying then or are you lying now? You know what I'm saying? You might not want to ask it that way, but you get what I'm saying. You ask the question, even if they don't want to answer it. And then when I would really pressure him, I was going to say force, but I never forced him to do anything. When I used to really pressure him to ask the question, the way he would ask the question would include the answer that he thought he was going to get. No, just answer the question. Okay, I gotta ask you this, but I know you're gonna say that you don't want to answer it, and I know you're gonna say that you're not guilty, but are you guilty of Why? Why even throw that out there like that? Just ask the question. Get them on the record. Remember, y'all don't remember this. Y'all might not remember this. John Cranley. I used to have it was my favorite John Cranley clip ever. My favorite John Cranley clip ever. He was on Lincoln Ware show. He was in city council giving the finger. Somehow it turned into an ordeal. He called the radio station because he not denied it, but he wouldn't admit that he did it. He was on the radio station. He was on Lincoln's show. Charlie Lucan was the mayor at the time. That's how long ago that was. And I said, Lincoln, ask him, did he get a finger, or did he give whoever, I think it was the mayor, did he give him the finger during council? I'm not going to ask him that. Why would he admit to that? No matter if he admit to it. Just ask him the question. That's the question everybody want to know. Ask the question. I'm not going to ask him that question. Just ask him the damn question. So he goes back home. Okay, well, did you give him the finger? And my favorite clip. Yes. The answer is yes. And then he's looking at me like, he actually answered the question. I'm like, that's why you ask the question. That's why, because sometimes you will actually get an answer. You caught him off guard. He wanted to say no. He couldn't say no because then he would know he was lying. And he fumbled, stumbled, mumbled, bumbled, and then eventually said, yes, the answer is yes. That's why you asked the question. I see Tropicana, Cincinnati in the house. I'm going to call you, Tropicana. Calling you, Trop. Probably later today. I'm calling you. That's all I'm saying about it. I'm calling you today. But yeah. So some of the stuff that Dana was asking, she was pushing too hard on stuff that wasn't all that important. And some of it, she let stuff go where she should have pressed for an actual answer. So, all right, there's that. Shoot, it was something else that I wanted to talk about. But I can't remember what it was. So, that's about it, y'all. I think I'm gonna get ready to get out of here unless anybody else have anything. You know, all hearts and minds are clear. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Or at least until Tuesday, hold your peace. I probably won't be on Monday. But I can't say for sure. 513-717-KING. That's 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. It's about quarter till. I know I started late and I'm trying to end early. But we got stuff to do. Look like the rain done stopped. Kings Island opens, at 5 o'clock? You're going to have a guest host Tuesday? No, I'll be here on Tuesday. I probably won't be here on Monday. Seabreeze talking about we still got 15 minutes left to the weekend. Hey. If y'all got something to talk about, then let's talk about it. Shahara says, I knew you wouldn't read my comment. I read your comment. I read your long-ass comment. You must have stepped away when I read that long-ass comment. I don't know what you... Shahara, I read your long-ass comment. It ain't my fault you stepped away. Jeffrey says, enjoy your weekend, Emanuel. Thank you. Nate, call in and give your side of the podcast beef. Oh, hold on. Let me talk about that for just a minute. I keep saying this. I know some people don't believe me. I like Wyatt's show. I support the brother. I feel like people don't understand. I'm misunderstood. Let me tell y'all this. This is the truth. If Nate did a show, I would type comments basically when I disagree with him. Because for me, there's no reason to type a comment necessarily when I agree with you. If you say more men need to step up and be in the house, I'm probably not going to type in like Wyatt is correct. More men need to step up and be in the house. I just agree with you. Now, if you said it and then people start bashing you for it, like Wyatt just hating on men and blah, 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 then I'm going to probably type in like, nah, that nigga said it's true. Y'all need to... This is me typing it. Y'all can't see my fingers when I'm doing this. Like, nah, what that nigga said is true. Motherfuckers need to step up and be men, you know? But if you say something and I agree with you, it's just gonna be there. If you say something and I don't agree with you, I'm on there like, bro, that don't make sense, you know? Well, women shouldn't be allowed to have 6 kids with 6 different baby daddies. That's tacky. Like, oh, he against me. I'm not against you. If I wouldn't comment on your show at all if I didn't like and support you. I wouldn't even watch it. I definitely wouldn't tell people to check you out. I like Wyatt, personally. Cause I talked to the brother. He's a good brother as far as I'm concerned. But this is who I am. If Nate had a show, we would be arguing on a regular when I didn't agree with him. That's the nature of talk. It's the nature of the thing. So, and look, I get it. Sometimes people do get to you. Sometimes people get to you. It's sometimes people get to you. I get it. But you gotta, I'm not saying he can do whatever he want to do. But I'm just saying, for me, you gotta roll with it. Like, ignore that person. Or, they talking that stuff to you, talk that stuff to them. Twin.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up with you, Twin?
I can't call it. What kind of shirt you got on? One of them guitar shirts or something?
It's a shirt. This was one of the shirts that I made for the band that I got kicked out of.
You just can't do right, cause
that's
your new name. Can't do right.
The guitar is like because the band was called the Tailor Made Band, so this is actually a T and a M over here.
So they had to.
Tailor Made.
Since you got kicked out, they had to ship all your shirts and piano and yarn and needles and everything else to your house, right? That's the package you was waiting for the other day.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but no, I mean, when we played Juneteenth, and when we played Juneteenth, I made us some shirts for Juneteenth. So it had this logo on the front and the official Juneteenth flag on the back. A lot of people don't know there is an actual official Juneteenth flag. And we did 4th of July at a park, which is why I have the American flag here. So I made us shirts for our 4th of July. We wore white, basically red, white, and blue. So I did the shirts red, white, and blue for that particular show. I was very much a team player.
I understand.
Yeah.
Sound good though, but yeah, that was your last show, Juneteenth. That's bad.
No, I did not say that was the last show. I just said we did play on Juneteenth.
Oh, okay.
Because 4th of July is after Juneteenth. So.
Hey, E-Man.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's and yeah, I got a bet going on anyway. So yeah, I'm voting. I got to take Raven out, whatever.
Not a man of your word.
Want to go to?
You are not a man of your word.
Hey, man, I ain't worried about no man. I'm not gay. I love Monkey, man. So, for hell with your vote. I mean, hell with your little bet you got going on.
Wait. Just so I'm clear, you think you go out on a date with Raven, you automatically getting the Monkey?
It ain't. No. No, I ain't saying all that. You said this. See, there you go. Start.
I didn't say anything. I asked a question. You said you got a bet with her that you gonna vote and you love Monkey. That to me, there's a logical leap from we gonna go on a date. If I vote, I got this bet, and then I'm gonna get this Monkey.
It's really not a date. She told me whatever restaurant I can order whatever, pick it up for whatever the case may be. It's a bet, man.
Whatever.
So
what you
think
said.
I'm gonna miss that bet? No, I ain't gonna miss that bet.
If you was a man of your word, you would have never made that bet.
I'm a man of my word.
You're not.
If we got a woman involved, hey, hell with that bet.
You're not a man of your word, then.
Yeah, whatever. You say so.
What Luther Vandross said, I don't make no promises that I can't keep. Don't make promises that you can't keep.
And that's what's going on now with them Democrats. They promised and everything else, and what happened? We still at square one. ain't did nothing. The needle still ain't moved. Emanuel, your brother, he should have been Captain Saberho when he was at Liberty Township. Because, you know, why don't mess with him. And you get on the platform saying that crazy stuff. You're not a politician, but you talk. Politics, but you talk. Or whatever.
Well, hold on. Let me address that just a little bit.
You ain't addressing nothing. What?
I am. Let me address that just a little bit. Actually, I don't think anybody minds Wyatt talking politics. I actually like it when Wyatt talks politics.
Because people like you don't do it.
Can I get it out? I like it.
Go ahead.
I like it when he talks politics, but I think it frustrates some people because he says that he doesn't talk politics, but then he talks politics. So I don't think anyone has a problem with him talking politics. I think people don't like it when you say, I don't talk politics, but then they hear you talking politics. So, you know, the quick answer to that is don't say I don't talk politics when you do. And I like it when he talk politics. I don't have a problem with it.
But he really don't like getting into it, though. But if he got to, you know, stick with the flow, he got to stick with the flow. That's all it is. But he really don't like talking politics.
Well, I mean, a lot of times he does bring it up.
Man, you saying that because that's your brother. Man, you should have been saying that when he was at Liberty Township.
When he at Liberty Township, why would I be talking about Wyatt bringing up politics? That don't even make sense.
Whatever, man. It make a whole lot of sense. I know that's your brother. You supposed to look out for him. That's all you doing, looking out for him.
I'm not looking out for anybody.
Yeah, whatever.
Even though, for the record,
let me say something.
I wouldn't be ashamed for looking out for him, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah. What else you talking about on this crazy platform?
Nothing. I was getting ready to get out of here.
Where you headed to, Kings Island?
Yep. We're a place where you're afraid to go.
I'm not afraid to go.
You're afraid.
Man, I'm not. I did that one time and never again.
Right. You're afraid to go.
No, man. It's called I'm staying up out of here.
It's called, and you're staying up out of there because you're scared.
Man, first of all, I'm in my age, so I ain't about to get on no roller coaster. That's
because you're scared. There is nothing wrong with saying I'm scared of roller coasters, bro.
Hey, you get in there and stand in that line for God knows when. I stood in that line damn near 45 minutes last time I was out there. Plus, it's too hot for me and everything, and them kids just everywhere.
Bro, just say you scared. If you're scared, just say you scared. All these other excuses for why you don't get. Look, bro. I don't ride roller coasters. I'm scared of them. Nothing wrong with that.
I rode roller coaster and everything. What I'd be scared of?
You rode it once and it scared the shit out of you, and you will not ride another one. There's nothing wrong with that.
Now you think you know me and everything. No, they ain't scared me or none of that. I don't have the patience and stuff. And plus, I'm too old to be getting on a roller coaster and all that.
Because you scared. Ain't no, I'm too old to get on a roller coaster. You scared.
I don't need. There you go, saying I'm scared. Or now you just like arguing.
I'm not arguing. I just want you to be honest. Look, if you don't know nothing else about me, I love honesty, right? You are afraid. Look, hold on. Let me tell you. I'm scared of heights, right? Even though I get on super high roller coasters, it's a different. I'm scared of heights. I'm not afraid to say I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of heights. I have a fear of heights. It's an irrational fear, even at that, but it is still a fear of heights. You are scared of roller coasters. There's nothing wrong with that.
Look, help your mind, man. Hope you get some rest this weekend, because you be tripping. I go tell somebody what they scared of or whatever.
I'm tripping because you scared of roller coasters.
I'll admit to you if I'm scared of it, but I'm not scared of it. I just don't have excitement or thrill to go Kings Island or whatever. That's my daughter. She asked me all to take me care. No, I'm not.
What? Asking her ain't gonna do nothing. You tell her no because you scared.
Well, no, I'm not scared.
If you scared, just say you scared. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I respect that. Some people have fears. There's nothing wrong with I'm scared of bees, bro. I'm scared of bees. You scared of roller coasters. There's nothing wrong with it. It don't mean you're not a man.
I would admit to it if I was scared of roller coasters, but I'm not.
But you don't get on them because
I
You
don't
rode
get
one
nasty,
once,
man. I
and
don't
it
like
scared the shit out of you. But you ain't scared
No,
of
I
them.
didn't say
You
that.
just
I didn't say that. You said that. I didn't say that. See, quit putting words in my. I'm not scared of no damn roller coaster, man.
you went down that
Muffin
first
Age.
hill and you were screaming like a lady, "Ah!" and you didn't like it, and you never got on again. That's being afraid. There's nothing wrong with it.
Any rider you get on, you be afraid of if you 30, 40 feet in the air and it's going up and down and all that. Come on now, man.
So then just admit that you're afraid of it.
I'm not
You
afraid of it,
just
man.
said any ride you would be afraid of. You know why you said that? Because you're afraid of it.
Because I don't want to get on it because I'm afraid of it.
You
Come on, that don't even make sense.
Twin, you was right there. You were on the precipice of admitting your fear. You said
No.
any ride you get on, you 40 feet in the air, you gonna be afraid of it.
Okay.
So
You
you're
get on there,
afraid of it.
No, I'm not, man. I used to get on the rides all the time, man. I'm not scared of that. Just up in age. I ain't got time. Get up there and all that crazy stuff.
Okay, yeah,
Stand
you
in
just
line,
don't
they
have
say that
time.
and all that.
Right, that's
got
it.
time
You're
for
not
all
scared.
that.
You just
That's-
your life is so busy that you don't have time to ride roller coasters. But it's not fear.
That's not my, in my mind to get on no roller coaster.
'Cause you
anything
scared.
Like that. I done had a patient just to sit in that line, wait in that line either.
Okay, I can get you in. We get a fast pass, and you can get on no line.
No, I'm cool.
Cause you scared.
I don't want to go, man. You can have my daughter. I don't want to go.
I don't
I'll
have to
drop
ask
off.
your daughter. I know you don't want to go. Your daughter don't know why you don't want to go, because you put up this facade like you the hardest man on the planet, but you scared. There are some things even gangsters are afraid of.
Yeah, people like you. Just go tell on them. Yeah, people like you. You said the right gangster. Anybody scared of you. You and your brother telling on people. Yup. You said the right. You hit it today, boy. You on the road today. Good. You real good.
There's nothing wrong with being scared.
Man, I'm not scared of no rides, man. I just don't have the patience to get on.
Okay, that's it. It's patience. It's patience.
No,
That's
I ain't
it.
never scared of nothing.
Right, you ain't scared of
God,
nothing.
That's the only person I'm scared of.
You ain't scared of
Other than
nothing.
that,
You too hard to say you scared of a roller coaster.
I'll tell you in a minute if I'm scared, man. Come on, man.
No, you won't, because you
Why you-
literally just said you ain't scared of nothing.
All right.
So tell me something you scared of.
Scared of the police. I'm scared of mice, rats. I'm definitely scared of them. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I ain't got too much to say. Hope you have a good weekend and everything.
Hey, you
Hope
do the
get
same,
some-
man. You do the same, and I hope you good this weekend. I know what you're dealing with, so I
yeah,
hope
I'm
you
good.
good this weekend.
Yeah, I'm good. Just, stay out of trouble and quit harassing people, whatever the case may be.
I do my best.
Know what you be doing on purpose, man. If you admit to it, get on people's nerves on purpose. That's not cool. You're a grown, old, short man.
Just so you know, I'm scared of mice too.
Yeah, well, I am, though. Man, I admit to that. I'm definitely scared of that, man. I'll run in a minute if I see a mice trap or whatever. I remember, let me tell you, I remember I had a mice at my crib. I was gone for like 3 weeks. Hell with this house. I saw that mice, man. I told the landlord, hey, it's a mice in here. Well, where did you see? Man, hell with them traps. Go find it. I'm not about to be here, so yeah, that's that ain't funny, man. I was terrified, man. You waking up with one eye, looking at everything, see you gonna cross you or something.
And you know that it's an unreasonable fear, because what do you think the mouse is gonna do to you?
No. You remember, I was little. My mama went to Israel one day on the holy conference, whatever convention they had over in Israel. So she knew me and my brother, we wanted to go to my oldest sister's house, but she knew we didn't want to go to her friend brother's house. So she sent us over there. So I'm bumping my brother. I'm like hitting him and trying to smack him, and I'm like, hey, wake up, man, wake up. He said, what? I said, man, look at that. Man, it was like 20 mice jumping out this hole. Kept jumping out. I'm like, man, wake up. So I was like, man, let's go to another room because it was like a big dumb house, at least about 10 rooms. So I went in one room and stuff. Somebody was in that room. Went, went to another room. And somebody was in that room. Then I went to the third room. Dude had dudes right his old girl bent over. And I'm like, damn, is this? So I come back. So I'm hitting my brother. He went back to sleep. I'm like, hey, you see that? So he woke up. He's like, dang, that's a lot of them. So yeah, ever since I saw that thing, man, I don't like vices, man.
But just so you know, I'm gonna tell you two things, but I'm telling you in love, okay?
What?
Number one, the mice ain't gonna do nothing to you. They're just as scared of you as you are of them.
Yeah, right.
They're not gonna do anything to you. And number two,
Yeah, right.
it's mice. There's no S on mice. Mice is plural. Mouse is
Man,
singular.
don't try to correct me and act like you missed the correction on everything. Man, go on with that, man.
I'm just
Mike,
trying to-
mouse, moose, whatever.
I was
It's all the
just-
same. They
just-
crawl, bite, whatever, nibble.
I'm just
I
trying
gotta go
to
to
help.
pickup.
I said it was in love. I was just trying to help.
No.
If I say
No,
something
don't help
wrong,
me.
please correct me so that next time I say it right.
No, don't help me. Help your brother. Don't help me.
All right. Remember, you
All right.
asked for
Hey,
that.
Be safe, man, and everybody in the chat. I'll let you know Lord's will Monday or Tuesday
All right,
if
twin.
you decide to come to work.
All right.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yep.
All right, that was twin. I was just trying to help. He almost had made me. I almost said one day I saw a mice. I was like, that's a mouse. It's not a mice. So I was just trying to help. I just be trying to help. The mouse. See, if I said, them mice don't want nothing with you. Nate.
E-Man,
Yes.
why did you bring Randall Wyatt to the black community? That's my first question. I want to have a dialogue with you today. You brought the bail bondsman to the black community. You put your stamp of approval on that guy. You legitimized him, and now this guy is pretty much going crazy. Now, how you going to host a podcast where you invite people to call and to interact through Facebook with comments, and then as soon as they don't agree with what you selling, which is Donald Trump and his positions, then all of a sudden you start cussing, fussing. I thought the poor man was about to have some kind of a meltdown, maybe even a heart attack, or start making threats about people. Did you talk about that at the beginning of your show? I tuned in late.
Let me say this. I still give him my stamp of approval. I think
Oh,
Wyatt is a good dude. Look, I get it. You don't agree with his politics. I actually don't agree with a lot of his politics, even though I agree with a lot of other stuff we see eye to eye on. But
why they so slippery? Why won't they just admit, this is where I stand, this is my position? I don't like it.
well, see, here's what I think. A lot of people, I understand that you don't necessarily want to put yourself in the place of being, a Trump supporter, because a lot of people view that as negative, and a lot of people apparently, and now I'm just saying apparently, this is all speculation, but apparently at some point, Mr. Wyatt expressed his political views that people did not agree with, and he was called terrible names, raccoon and all of that type of stuff, a sellout and so on and so forth. And
So now you're going to try to be slick with it?
well, hold on, and I don't know that it's trying to be slick with it, but I can express my political views without necessarily trying to push them on you. And
That's not what I see him doing.
well, I mean, I guess everybody got a right to their opinion. Everybody got a right to their opinion. But I mean, and by the same token, I don't think it's necessarily bad to, send a message in and express your opinion. I don't think that's a bad thing.
You know, one thing I saw when Trump was in, you know, people are saying we don't understand how so many. Number one, I think the numbers of these black Trump supporters are greatly exaggerated. He don't have as many as as people believe. But one thing they were great with is messaging to a susceptible audience. So it was at one point in time you could ask the good Trumpsters, well, what exactly has Trump done that's good for the black community? And they would roll off about 3 or 4 things. They would say, even though he stole this from Bill Clinton and some other folks, Bill Clinton had what was called empowerment zones. They even had one in Cincinnati. And I believe radicalized Ron benefited from the empowerment zone that was put forward by Bill Clinton. So you mentioned his name earlier. What's the colored fella down there, the senator from South Carolina?
I don't like calling that man colored, even though I'm troubled with him.
They forced that man. They forced that man to get a fake girlfriend. Did he marry the lady, or did after he didn't get picked for vice president, did he stop the charade?
Tim Scott is who you're talking about.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Well,
they did force him to get a white girlfriend and pretend that he was in love and gonna marry her. They did.
I'm just saying, did he marry the lady or
I don't know if he married the lady or not. But clearly, that was all charade.
Something's going on. Him and
Lindsey Graham.
What's his counterpart? Lindsey Graham. I call him the lady Lindsey, and we know why I call him that, because something ain't right with neither one of them boys, if you know what I mean. Now, anyway,
there's a chance that either of them could be gay.
Well, you said it, I did. Now, when they stole this idea from Bill Clinton, it was called Empowerment Zone. They had one in Cincinnati. They called theirs they didn't call them enterprise zones. What did they call them? You might know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember what they called them. They might have, for whatever reason, enterprise zones sound right, but I can't remember.
It may be so. Anyway, most of your people kind of follow politics. They know what I'm talking about. So that would be one of the things they threw out. They would say, well, him and Tim Scott, they came up with these zones, but when you start doing what they want people to do to Kamala Harris, they want Kamala Harris to get grilled. Well, what about this? Well, give us this specific. Well, what about this? How many people did it help? Show us where they helped them. Show us some examples. But nobody ever goes back to Scott or to Trump or to J.D. Vance to say, y'all saying this was one of the good things you did for the black community. Was it specifically for blacks, or did it help some white folks? And how many blacks did it help? Show us which communities it helped in. So, but that at least they had, that was one thing. Then they would say, well, he did the Fresh Start Act, First Step Act. Now, if you like me, you go from time to time, I like to say, okay, was that a good thing or was it not? And what I found recently is somebody did the numbers. They said Trump released 30,000 convicted criminals out of prison, right? And that over 3,000, closer to 4,000 than 3,000 of those convicted criminals that he released into the black community had reoffended and committed new crimes and had been rearrested.
Well, hold on a second on that point. I just have to say this because you know what's going to drive me crazy. T. Mikey G says opportunity zones.
Opportunity zone. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, whoever you said did that. Now, so we got in opportunity zone, and we got the release criminals, the Trump Criminal Release Act. And that's what I'm calling it from now on. So Trump released all these people. Now, one thing that, you know, looking at what they say, 30,000 feet, is there seems to be a deliberate effort to take gangbanging, to take criminals, to take lowlifes, to take bottom of the barrel people, to take people who don't value education, to take all the dregs of society and say, this is, we're going to hold this up as the model in the black community. These are your heroes. And so how can you say that it was positive for Trump to release criminals into the black community who went and preyed upon other black people and say, this is what Trump did that was good for the black community?
Well,
can you answer that, Emanuel?
Because those criminals who may have gotten out and reoffended, they weren't immigrants. So, that make it okay.
Well, you got a lady who calls you, I believe her name is Marquetta Denise. Now, from time to time, she'll throw up, what about Haiti? Well, what about the Africans? What about the Sudan? Why ain't they doing nothing for them? So, remember when they used to say, we're not against immigration and immigrants, we're against illegal immigrants.
Yeah, they still say that.
Then, for a while, they got on this thing about planes. Well, they wanted to defeat us catching these people crossing the border, crossing into America down at the Mexican border, and so they took some airplanes and they started flying them in, so we couldn't. I went and checked on that story. Did you know? You probably did, but maybe many of your listeners might not know this. I went and checked. They did fly airplanes. Guess what? They didn't go put the airplane down right across the border over in Mexico and tell the people who was trying to enter illegally, hey, get on that American plane and we're going to fly you across past the border patrol agents. No. They went to, they keep saying, what did Kamala Harris do when she was the border czar? Well, one of the things she did, and I wish they would talk more about it, it's frustrating me, it's aggravating me. I feel like writing a letter down here to the Jamie Harris, the guy over the Democratic National Committee. But one thing she did was they went and said, you know what, if you don't do it illegally, if you do it the right way, if you follow the rules, we're going to fast-track you into America. But guess what? You had to get vetted, which they claim they did. Number two, you had to have a sponsor. So all this talk about, they flew them over here and then they gave me $18,000. That's what I heard some black lady on a podcast say the other day. They giving them $18,000. They giving them free houses. They giving them cars. They giving them food stamps. I said, what? So again, and now, do you know, take a guess, I'm going to give you 4 countries that they flew people over into America. These were legal immigrants on that airplane thing. The countries are Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua, and let me just add, I know I keep doing all these asides. There is no GG in Nicaragua. It's not Nicaragua. It's Nicaragua, N-I-C. I heard a guy who was supposed to be an expert kept talking about they flew all them Nicaraguans. I said, oh my God. And so we had Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua, and we had Haiti. Guess who got the most people flown over to America?
Who?
On those airplanes. The Haitians. So when I hear people like Marquetta Denise talking about what they do for Haiti, what is they doing for the Haitians? Here we have the Kamala Harris and Joe Biden administration hooking up the Haitians more so than the Cubans, more so than the Nicaraguans, more so than the Venezuelans. They're doing what y'all say y'all want to see done, but y'all still out here talking about, well, we don't see no difference. Well, it's 2 birds, it's 2 wings on the same bird. And nobody checks these people. Nobody goes back and gets the facts and say, one person is for a 2-state solution, that's Kamala Harris, and one person is saying basically Netanyahu can do whatever the hell he want to do to the Palestinians. That's Trump. No, one person is saying we want to hook up as many Haitians as he can. The other person is saying keep them in them shithole countries. That's Trump. One person is saying I radicalized Ron tried to jump down my throat earlier because I said the black farmers finally got $2.2 billion of the $5 billion. Now, that don't mean that they won't get more later, but it means as of the last time they gave official numbers, the number was $2.2 billion. Trump sued to stop Trump's right-hand man, to be accurate, sued to stop the black farmers from getting their money. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, the Democrats used a part of the Inflation Reduction Act and got them their $2.2 billion. We know that Donald Trump gave HBCUs $250 million a year over 3 years. If my math is right, that comes out to less than $1 billion. Whereas in 3.5 years, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden gave them $16 billion. And when you get into these discussions, these people act like they're too stupid to know that $16 billion is more than less than $1 billion. So the choice is clear. But what they did was good because they could say opportunity zones, they could say a First Step Act, and they might have had one more that they would throw out there, and a $1,200 stimulus check. Whereas our people, if you say, well, what have Kamala and what have Joe Biden done? What are their policies? What are the results? Unfortunately, we don't have a list at the top of our head that we can just rattle off like I just did. And so I think it's incumbent upon me to, as much as I can, to sort of bore these down so that our people will be armed with a list of things that we can throw out there. I had some more, but I didn't write them down. I just got back in from dropping your niece off at college. This is the start of her second year. She's a sophomore. I'm so proud of her. I got your child number 5 who wanted to know what y'all doing for Labor Day weekend. Should we drive down to Cincinnati?
Well, here's
That's
what I...
child number 5.
Here, are you talking about Denise?
but no, I'm not talking about Denise. That's child number 6.
Okay.
I'm talking about child number 5.
Well, tell child number 5. First, tell her she looks really, really young, and tell her
really, really young
that Chelsea is supposed to be coming down tomorrow, and we're supposed to be going to Kings Island.
He said Chelsea's coming down tomorrow. They're supposed to be going to Kings Island. Okay, I just told her.
All right.
And so I think I went long-winded, but I want to make sure that the point got out here. We have stuff on this side that we don't have to be all shy. Well, we don't really know what they did. They've done a whole bunch. Another thing Marquetta Denise talks about a lot. Well, what about the income gap? The wealth gap. Well, I told her, see, they saying Kamala tried to steal no taxes on tips from Donald Trump. He put it out there first. Well, guess what? Kamala and Joe put out child tax credit. The proof is in. As long as that was in, they were giving people $300 per child every single month. Twins and his baby mamas probably got a whole lot of money thanks to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And that, when the numbers was in, that helped shrink the wage gap. So Marquetta Denise likes to throw that up there, but she don't want to give them no credit. Let me say this last thing because it just came to my mind. Again, I didn't have this stuff written down, but I think we should different people should know what they've done. Kamala Harris actually supports the, what was the congressman from Detroit? Every year he used to put forward a reparations bill. And the thing was, we're smart enough to know that you have to have a study You have to have some numbers. You have to do it in the right way if we ever gonna get this reparation. Not John Lewis.
Conyers.
Come on now, John Conyers, Kamala Harris to this day, and I didn't know it until I saw some lady on MSNBC the other day refresh my memory. Kamala Harris to this day supports the John Conyers bill to have a study on reparations. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance have made it clear they don't even support that. So we have to compare. One or the other is going to be the president. So on those, I think I just gave you 5 or 6 different things. On all of them, one is on the pro-black side, one is on the anti-black side. Why on earth will we ever go with the people who are not on the pro-black side? That's all I have for you today. Do you have any questions for me?
Why don't you just be nicer to people, man?
Man, I guess you gave me a good answer to my very first question. That bail bondsman, everybody keeps, from time to time, you know how this works. Many people listening might not know how this works. I'll be sitting minding my own business. I get a little ding on my phone. It'll be somebody saying, hey, man, the bail bondsman is on here. He's talking politics again. Are you listening? And I'd be like, again? No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I just sort of ignore it. I won't, So every now and then when I got time, like I dropped child number 4 off at college, I was like, I got a long ride home. Why don't I turn on this guy? That's exactly what I did. Lo and behold, he had the telephone twerker on there talking politics, pushing Donald Trump. And I was like, I thought this guy don't talk politics. But every time I tune in, even I think, who's his sister? Is Alethea his sister?
I don't know who his relatives are. I don't know.
Well,
but I know. Look, hold on. Let me say this. He does talk politics.
I could be nicer.
Look,
I could be nicer. I know. I got to work on it.
He does talk politics. It does bother me just a little bit when he says that he doesn't, because he does. Even though I understand that what he's really trying to say is that his main focus ain't, or at least what I believe he's trying to say is his main focus is not politics. Even though there's a lot of things that politics touches. And so if he's talking about this stuff, to some degree, he has to talk about politics. But he does delve into politics. And all I'm saying is, we can disagree.
He ought to just stop saying he don't talk about it.
We can disagree, but it's something.
Hey, man.
It's something I've been working on too. I'm working on being nicer. I don't know what happened when we was growing up to create a situation where I don't even really know how to put it because it sounds bad, but like where you call him the bail bondsman, or call him radicalized Ron, or call him twerking ass twin, and all of that kind of stuff. And something about understanding who people are, labeling them who they are, and making it known that basically you ain't fooling nobody, and I see through you. But I know for me, I had to find a better way to do it. But I'm just suggesting that maybe you can do the same thing, and we can find a better way to do it, because the way that we do it apparently hurts a lot of people's feelings, and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
I want to say 2 quick responses. Number 1, I got my computer up now, and I'm reading. Somebody named Stephanie Hyde says, Wyatt, she's using this name. It's easier for me to call it the bail bondsman. Said, Wyatt doesn't like you talk politics. He has said that quite often. Well, have you also listened to his show? That's the whole point. He says that quite often, but yet he quite often turns around and talks about politics. You got a young granddaughter. We love that little baby so much. You probably have seen that cartoon where they sing that song, "We Don't Talk About Bruno."
Yes.
Now, they're not talking about that Bruno that they was talking about on the Mickey West show, who's apparently some kind of As you say, we don't talk about Bruno, but yet you're talking about Bruno all the time, every day, then you kind of was lying. You kind of deceiving people. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the cartoon, they had this, we don't talk about Bruno, but they was talking about Bruno all the time. So, you know, maybe people think that that's okay. All I'm saying is that really bugs me, especially. I don't know. I don't like the saying. Because the telephone twerker, he says that too. Y'all know I ain't into politics. I don't really even like talking about politics. But he called every show he know how to the number two, and he was talking about politics. Quit saying you don't talk politics. You don't know politics, and then turn around and talk about politics. And then quit pretending that you're not pushing Donald Trump. It insults our intelligence because we know that's exactly what you're trying to do. I don't like it. But I'm going to work on being nicer. Matter of fact, that might be my Labor Day resolution to be nicer to people and maybe lay off some of the nicknames that I've given them.
All right.
I do got to say one more mean thing. Get it out of my system. Since you brought it up. Now, wait a minute. When I was looking up, you know, people's voting records is very public record. You can get them from the Board of Elections. And when I was looking up different people's voting records, I found Radicalized Ron in the last primary. He pulled a Democratic Party ticket. He voted Democrat. So it's like, man, what are you doing? Are you just on here playing? Are you like twins just trying to get attention? Because obviously you are not a true Democrat. So your voting record don't match your rhetoric. Now, I went and looked for the Bill Bondsman. I found him registered to vote at some office space in downtown Cincinnati. Even though I knew he don't live in the city, he don't even live in Hamilton County no more, is my information that I've got. He lives somewhere out in another county, either Butler or Warren. I don't want to expose him because they'll say I'm doxing him. Ain't it against the law, E-Man, to register to vote at a non-residential address? Don't this guy always talk about lawbreakers and how he don't support criminals and he don't support people breaking the law? How are you a Bill Bondsman? How do you come on being all high and mighty, lecturing people when it's quite possible that you are an illegal, illegally registered to vote?
Nate, is it possible that the place that you think is just office space is mixed use, so it's office space and residential? So it could very well be a very legal voting address.
Well, you know I had to fight with myself not to file a complaint and get the Board of Elections to check on this guy and see whether or not he broke the law when he registered to vote at that office space and said that was his residential address. The place. Do you remember years ago when Alicia Reed, her daddy, her mama who was still alive at the time, her brother and her sister all claimed to live at a place called Integrity Hall in a one-bedroom apartment, and I unfortunately was compelled to go down to the Board of Elections and file a complaint. They called me every name in the book, all kind of dirty dogs, said I was a hater, said I was coming against black people. They shouldn't have said they all lived there. It didn't make no sense. And so I have to fight with myself when I see these type of things to say I'm gonna let it go. I didn't see him registered at that address. I'm not gonna pay attention to all this lecturing, all this preaching, all this cussing at me that he was doing today, all these slanders, defamation, insults, challenging me to fight, talking about he wanted to kick my ass. I have to ignore all that stuff and say, I'm just going to let him go. And to me, Emanuel, that's me being nice. I'm going to let him slide. I figure he done fixed it. He done registered at his new address. I don't know if he actually cast any votes down there illegally. Because ain't that what the Trumps is always talking about? Voter fraud. I forget what the other one is. Voter interference. They're trying to steal the elections. Well, what was you doing when you registered in that address? So
again, that could be a mixed use address.
I guess I'm using you like a lot of people do. They call the radio stations sort of for counseling, and I guess I'm telling you, this is my way of actually being nice to the guy. I just wish he would stop saying he don't talk politics, or he just come out and say, okay, politics is a part of my show. If you don't like what I'm saying, roll with it or stop listening. That would even do me justice. But you know I must have justice. I must have revenge. I must have accountability.
Revenge is my thing, not yours.
I was actually thinking that. But
all right.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I see some of the people in the comments. I got the comments up now. They saying I'm snitching and all this stuff. Snitching on a podcast ain't the same as going to make no formal complaint. So,
well, technically, hold on. Technically, it wouldn't be snitching. Apparently.
Oh yeah, because don't he got a big thing about that?
Yeah, it wouldn't be snitching. You would have to be in the whole thing and then telling to save yourself in order for a thing to be snitching. So it's definitely not snitching, but it is also not nice.
He shouldn't have threatened. He kind of lightweight threatened. I laughed it off, but there was a time I wouldn't let people make no threat, direct or indirect. He needs to be nicer. And I think you got his phone number. You brought him to the black community.
But
you've
matured. You've matured from that time when you wouldn't let anybody, because they just words, and words don't hurt.
They just words.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
he
right.
might come down for Kings Island tomorrow.
All right.
I think child number 5 is a little afraid of roller coasters.
Maybe she's not afraid of roller coasters. She just don't have the patience. It's possible. She just don't have patience. Her schedule is just too busy for roller coasters.
Yeah. She's afraid of the long line. She's afraid of what was the other thing?
She just don't have patience.
Ridiculous. These people.
All right.
I call them Karate Kid, a.k.a. Ninja. Karate Kid.
I will talk to you later.
There's no GG in Nicaragua. I'll talk to you later.
All right. All right. That's that. Ron says you should have stopped him, but okay, what should I have stopped him from doing? Wait, hold on. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go. I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. Hold on a second. Look, y'all. I like Wyatt. And I mean that genuinely. But you can't get bent out of shape talking about he has a name, don't call him Bail Bondsman, when he calls Al Sharpton perm in a suit. You can't... If you just... And I mean me, you know what I'm saying? I say names. How can I get mad at somebody for calling and correcting me as much as I correct people? How can I... Like, come on, y'all. The double standards typically don't work. Now I don't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't my thing. But y'all sensitive as F. Stop being super sensitive. One of the things that he does is bail bonds. So it's not completely out of bounds to call a person who does bail bonds a bail bondsman, right? I'm 5'5". It's not completely out of bounds to call me short. Twin is a reformed gangster. It's not completely out of bounds to call him a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Ron is being followed by that dark man. I don't know what. It's not completely out of bounds to say that he's haunted. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain. I get it. It's kind of rude, and you know. But when you kind of mentally battling somebody, you can't be all sensitive. I don't hear none of y'all when people type all that negative stuff about me. Like, oh, stop talking about Emanuel. Oh, stop saying he's short. Oh, stop saying he fat. Oh, stop saying it. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear that. Come on, y'all. These are words. These are words. And I'm of the mindset that if you can dish it out, you gotta be able to take it. You gotta be able to take it if you dishing it. So I would say, you know, look, if people don't want people to call people names, then they shouldn't call people names. Call everyone by their name. If people don't want people correcting people, y'all know that's my thing. If people don't want people correcting people, then you don't correct people. If people don't want, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Stephanie says, you yourself told you to be nicer, so you felt it was wrong. No. It's not wrong. You could just be, there's a space between right and wrong. Right? Is it wrong to say, one of my favorite lines again from Troy, when, I don't remember his name, King of Sparta had gotten killed, and they took him home, and Agamemnon was fussing at the other generals, and, I think it was Odysseus, and he was like, y'all talking about my brother and his blood is still wet in the sand. Y'all disrespecting my brother. And Odysseus said, it's no disrespect to say that a dead man is dead. It's not wrong to say the facts. You might not have to say the facts, but that don't make it wrong. You could be nicer. You don't have to say, hey, your brother dead. You don't have to say that. But if you say that, it's not wrong because it's factually accurate. So just stop being so sensitive, y'all. If you in this talk game, people gonna say bad stuff. They gonna label you stuff that you're not. They're gonna say, make past judgments on you. They're gonna do all kind of stuff. So stop being so sensitive, y'all. Stop. Brent.
Hey, what's going on, Emanuel?
Hey.
So you talking about that creep you be seeing in your sleep that Ron is afraid of? He stood about 6 or 7 feet. You talking about that dude?
I'm just saying he's seen the dark man, and it's not like evil to say that because it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, and my thing, I'm not mad at Twin for being scared of Mises or hating Mises to pieces, because I hate these wascally rabbits when I'm doing my garden, because them jokers just be chilling in my backyard, just all up in there, eating up the tomatoes, eating up the cucumbers, and then eating up the grass, and then leaving their little gifts, we'll call them, all over the place, which then kills the grass. So I ain't mad at him being hating them rodents, because they deserve to die, and I'm 100% for them. But I wasn't gonna call in because I'm trying to get ready for this softball. practice here. I'm going to help the Japanese team on to victory in October in the tournament, and trying not to use my health insurance. And at this age, we don't heal as quickly as we do, so I got some younger people to run around in the outfield while I chill on the bench or play first base. And if them jokers throw it over my head with my reach, they done something horribly wrong. And I need to learn some Japanese words to let them know that, yeah, I'm pissed at you for making a bad throw. But but there is a type of black man that growing up, maybe other black folks didn't like him for whatever reason. You know, maybe they was too short, you know, maybe they was too tall, maybe they was too light-skinned or whatever. But then there was a white man that helped him out, or a white woman that helped him out. So then they like, well, them black folks didn't help me out, but this white person helped me out. So I'm going to show my love and affection and my fealty to these white men. And that's what I see a lot, like with Cousin Tim Scott, with Lindsey Graham putting them on, with even Herschel Walker, with Donald Trump putting them on, even though Herschel Walker won't come up off that, I think I was like $2.5 million to $4 million, that Republicans still looking for him because he still got that left in his coffers from when he, you know, hilariously ran and lost to Warnock. So there's goodness. What's his name? Uncle Clarence Thomas. Same way, somebody put him on. Some white dude put him on because maybe the black people didn't have the resources or the know-how, but since that white man put them on, they are all down with the white man, rah, 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 sis, boom, bah, or whatever. You know, they will just cheerlead to them to the very end, will talk down about black women, even though they mama black, and they auntie black, and they sisters and cousins black. Like Billy Badass, which I will add another sweetener in there. If Lincoln could get me Billy Badass's number, I will take him and Rick Jr. out. You know, maybe we'll just go and have lunch up at the Grand Prairie Police Department, and he could teach me some of the moves that he was training them cops on. So that's what I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, but something dealing with, I don't know what it is, to where, why is it that, you know, maybe one black person didn't do something for you, or black people could do something for you, and then a white person does, then all of a sudden you just throw all black people in that same boat.
I think that happens, yes.
Yeah. So it's just a certain type. You know, not saying that's the case with all of them, because there are some true black conservatives who were Ronald Reagan conservatives. You know, they were, you know, big time conservatives like that today wouldn't even make it and don't make it in the Republican Party. You don't never hear nothing about bringing up Colin Powell. You know, Colin Powell wasn't even considered for the Joint Chiefs of Staff, to where all them other white folks that he had running in and out of that office. He wasn't considered for that because he wasn't going to bend the knee and kiss the ring, which I got respect for that. I don't like all
I thought at some point Colin Powell was the chairman of the Joint Chiefs.
Not for Donald Trump. That wasn't a black job.
You talking about? Well, I mean, he's you know, he's dead.
Colin Powell? He's dead now?
I'm pretty sure Colin Powell died.
Are you sure?
I'm 99.6% sure.
Okay, well, what's the Condoleezza Rice, who allowed George Bush, because he was so dumb, to call her Condi, which I would have saw as an insult. But she's still around. You don't ever hear her name come up at all in conversation. So they are looking for a certain type of self-loathing black guy and black women, only on the periphery, only to say that they like black women, like that one black woman that hugged Trump spontaneously, unscripted, at that Atlanta Chick-fil-A. You know, nowhere in the world was she a plant. And why is it that he also tends to attract black folks who got criminal records? What's his name? Byron Donalds, who had a fake Jamaican accent when he pulled his first black wife. You know, he got caught up in some type of financial crime. You know, but he attracts that type of black person, or black person who's gone to jail and come out, and for some reason I don't know what jail does to you, Maybe jail, takes what did Cat Williams talk about, that virgin booty hole. Maybe it takes that away from you, and then takes something else. I don't know.
I do
But
not want to
it
talk
gets you to
about
think
booty
that, just gets you to think that, yeah, well, he was convicted of a crime. I was convicted of a crime. We brothers. I'm like, guess what? If both of y'all was in jail, Donald Trump is in jail, and you was in jail, y'all wouldn't be on the same game. Y'all would be opposing games. And definitely Donald Trump in the back telling people to shank you. He's a transactional racist that don't mind using black folks, but racists ain't never mind using black
Just like
folks.
that dude that was working for the conservative group, and they called him a slave, allegedly.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep. Or black folks who call into these MAGA chat rooms, and they said, nah, you can't say nothing in here. You's a dinger. You get out. So it's, they try so hard to fit in, and they really don't want you. And the black folks don't want you back. So now you left in that crazy no man's land. So I don't get it. That's not a place I would want to be. I'd rather be around my people, whether they like me or not, because we always going to find a common bond somewhere, where it's cracking jokes or playing spades or bid whiz or, goodness, well-seasoned food. We're going to find a place of connection that we'd be cool with.
One of these days, I'm going to learn how to play bid whiz or whatever it is. I know how to play spades, but I don't know nothing about no damn bid. That was always a ladies' game when I was growing up. I never saw men playing. It was always a group of ladies playing bid whiz.
Are you sure it's bid whiz? Now, there is something called whist, and you have another game that mainly women played.
I don't know what the difference is. It was similar to spades, but it was only women played it. And so I never learned how to play bid whiz or bid whist or whatever it is. I know how to play spades, but you might be got a little lady in you.
You sure you're not talking about what about gin rummy? Now, women play gin rummy. You may be thinking about that.
I thought only white women played gin rummy.
Okay.
But black women play bid whist or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And men and women played spades.
All right. Well, look, I am willing to teach you and the entire Livingston family if I can get an invite to Thanksgiving dinner.
You willing to teach us what? How to be nice?
Teach you how to play bid. Hey, be you. Play bid whiz. Man, me and Rick Jr. will get in one of these Toyota or Lexus vehicles, roll up there. I will endure 9.5 hours in a car. Well, no, it's only going to be 8.5 because I'll be doing 90, just trying to make the trip a little bit quicker. With Rick Jr., and we would both come up there, and he could share his Cincinnati history, and I could sit back and just laugh, and to hear you and Nate argue. Because if you and Nate arguing like this, I know I want to meet your aunties, because I know they off the chain too. Well, I know your sisters. Oh my goodness, I can only imagine.
Let me tell you almost had me, but you said Rick could be here talking about Cincinnati history, and you lost me at Rick. So
look, we'll stop at a
politely
Buc-ee's.
Decline.
We'll stop at a Buc-ee's, and while he's getting a slushy, I'll just jump in the car, keep it moving. How about that?
You gonna leave
he ain't gonna die.
Oh, that's
Buc-ee's
funny.
has the cleanest bathrooms in the world. So they got that brisket burrito that I hear is supposed to be good. I ain't never had it. They got the Buc-ee Nuggets, which is like a super, super sweet, goodness, what is it called? Oh, corn pops. Well, back when they used to make the corn pops, big instead of these hard, flavorless nuggets they got nowadays. So, but I want an invite. You need to do a raffle for an invite just to sit at the desk.
Brent, I appreciate your call.
All right. Hey, you take it easy. Hey, and I appreciate the way you, and there's a few other people who do podcasts and shows and everything who are great at listening to what the callers are saying and be able to not only hear them and formulate a response to them, but also keep them on target so that they don't drift or try to run away from a basic question that you answer. So I definitely admire that attribute because I don't have it. I got to take notes. If I don't take notes, I'm gonna be all over the place. So don't have me praying over Thanksgiving. We may be there for about 20 minutes, just praying for the the mice of the field and the rabbits of the prairie. I'm praying for everything.
All right. Brent, have
All
a
right,
great
take it easy.
weekend.
Have a good weekend.
All right.
All right.
All right. That was Brent. That was Brent. Y'all, I got to get ready to get out of here. I really do want everybody to get along. Everybody get along in these talk streets. You know what I'm saying? That stuff's going to happen. People going to pick with people. I'm going to pick with people. If nobody else pick with people, I'm going to pick with people. Just know that. If you say 7 times 3 is 19, I am correcting you. All day. Every day. But I still enjoy all the shows. And I know a lot of people don't agree. There are people who don't agree with me who listen. You'll see them on here. Come on. Moesha's here. She want to know what's on my shirt. I explained this earlier. I'll tell you if you tell me you was cooking a meal for Mike Jones. Were you cooking a meal for Mike Jones? Did he tell you to get your ass in the kitchen and make some meatloaf? And so you was in there, wrist deep in some meatloaf, molding and shaping it and putting it in the oven? I'll tell you what's on the shirt, even though I've already told everybody else. I'm waiting for the answer. You was napping. Oh, I don't think a nap warrants a revisit of the shirt. But I'm getting ready to get out of here. Get this little baby. You ready to go, little baby? That didn't sound like she was. Did you eat all your food? That doesn't even make sense. But yeah, I think we're gonna head out here, go to Kings Island. I have to look and see if I know it's not raining too hard, so I have to look at the weather and see how it's gonna be. But you know, hopefully everything ends up all right, and we can go and ride a few roller coasters. And we're gonna ride that helicopter thing again. No. Okay. Yeah, because that was boring. So everybody get out. Enjoy your weekend. Be nice to everybody. Be nice to everybody. It's the weekend. And, yeah. As you're out and about, enjoying this weekend. It's supposed to be a little cooler this weekend. Like, I think it's supposed to get up to like 87 tomorrow. So as you're out and about, enjoying this weekend, as always, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. On my way to Kings Island. Peace.